Hey everyone, it's Sabrina Reviews here, and also my dog who's here. Before I start the review, I'd firstly like to say that I want to thank you all for the support on my first video yesterday. I was really quite surprised by all the support I received on my Twitter yesterday when I posted it, and all the compliments I received. So I really appreciate that, and thank you. So I was sent some shoes to review, or more accurately, some heels to review from Latex, Leather and Lace, who are a UK company. I think are fairly new, but I'm not quite sure about that. So I know they're getting more popular and they're quite really friendly. So I hope that they could become more popular because I really quite like them, and I don't want this go out of business, which seems to happen quite often with new companies because there's so many people to compete with, which I know is really hard, especially as a blogger. You got so many people to compete with as well. So, but everyone has their own unique style, and so I hope everything works out for them. So this is the packaging. You can see that it's a pink and green box. There's a model modelling some pin-up style clothing, and she has an overall pin-uppy look, and that's because shoes are in a pin-up style, as you can see. The name is Cutiepie 06, well, pin-up Cutiepie 06. And the material is matte PVC, and the heel is 4 inches. They're in a UK size 8, which is 41 in European and an 11 in a US size. I have quite wide feet. I don't really like to admit that sometimes because it's kind of embarrassing a little bit sometimes for me. Because if you say you have wide feet, people say, "Oh, you have clown feet." But yeah, I have clown feet. I don't really care. That's just the way it is. But so yeah, I was quite surprised at how well they fit because they look really quite narrow. But once I wore them, they're quite snugly fit, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually a really good thing because I wasn't like. The heel wasn't slapping up and down, or they weren't too tight around my toes or anything. I'm usually a size 7 in most shoes, as in like boots or flat shoes that I have narrow fit. But with heels and sometimes with other shoes that look really narrow, I have to get like a size 8 just to make them fit, or have a little bit of extra space to walk around in. Before I go into too much detail about the shoes, I'd like to mention that I'm not really a high heel person. Like, I have about 6 pairs of shoes, and most of those are either boots, just flat sandals, or there are some with like a little bit of a wedge, but it's only about that much. So not a lot, and it's just so having these shoes, it's just a bit awkward for me sometimes. Oh, I do have another pair of high heels, but they're about 2-inch heels, so they're really quite comfortable to walk in. I've only worn them about 3 times maybe, but so they are quite comfortable. So having 4-inch heels is kind of a big step up for me, and it might not seem like a lot, but it is for me. I wanted these ones because they were so cute and pretty. I just thought, and Latex, Leather and Lace were just like offering me some shoes to review, so I picked out some ones I like because most of their shoes on there are kind of a bit, I don't want to seem a bit offensive, but they're like stripper shoes, you know, when you see strippers on a pole and and they have those kind of ugly shoes, and sometimes like porn stars do if like the porn film is low budget and they have like these ugly fucking shoes. But yeah, whatever your taste is, who cares? So yeah, I really like the polka dots in these. I wouldn't wear polka dots like as in on an outfit or a top or something like that. But on shoes, I think they're really quite cute, and I love like the satin bow here. And there's like a little cut out heart on the front there, which I think is really cute. So yeah, I really like the design of them. But I currently don't have anything to wear with them, or anywhere special to go out in them. So it's a bit awkward. So what I did was just wear them around the house for about an hour. But after about an hour, they started digging into my feet really, really painfully, like, you know, along just where your toes start. I'm not going to show my feet. Don't even ask me to do that. And the back of the heel is quite stiff and hard, so they don't seem the easiest shoes to break in. If you look, it's really quite hard. You can barely just about bend it, but I'm not sure if that is because I haven't worn them that much. It might be, but I do think they are quite difficult to break in, just from what I can tell about the shoes. As I said before, I don't really wear heels that often, so when I was wearing them, they were really quite I was really quite wobbly in them for about 10-15 minutes. So I think if you're a regular heel wearer, then these will be great, because they're not really that high and they're quite comfortable. Like the inner is really, like the inner sole is really squishy. I don't know if you can really see that, but yeah, squishy. But I think, so if you're like me and you don't really wear heels often, then it might be a bit awkward on your feet, but I think with time and like a little bit of practice, then I'll end up breaking them in and they should be okay. But overall, I really like them. Really cute. And they are comfortable for a while. And I think they'll be quite comfortable once I break them in and have somewhere nice to go in them. And something to wear them with. So that's my review on the shoes. And hope you guys liked it. And I'll be back with another one, maybe. It depends on what I have lined up. I have quite a few things I need to do, like nearly 80 things that need reviewing, but I will get there, and hopefully I'll be able to do video reviews, because I find them quite easy to do now. I'm not as awkward as I was yesterday, and I get writer's block quite often, so this is a good way to combat that, and it'll help me be less nervous. And what else do I want to say? Don't think there's anything else. But yeah, because when I get writer's block, it's a bit awkward sometimes, because I can't do it for a while, and sometimes it's like I take like a month to write something, and then more things get backed up, and then so this way I'll be able to get things out quicker, and hopefully I'll be able to get through my pile of stuff that I need to review. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.